Yours, damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you.
What it is, ho? What's up? 3 seasons later and Scotty's still a punk. Girl, so the episode resumed with Smiley's seizure as if we haven't seen enough of that in the last episode, child, okay? We've seen enough. I don't understand why they stretched it out into this episode as if 25 minutes in the last episode was not enough, okay? So, again, child, seizure activated, child. She is out the wheelchair at this point and she is on the floor, okay? The girls are off to the side on the concrete screaming that it's fake. She's doing this, she's doing that, attention this, attention that. Girl, I feel like me personally that regardless of how they felt, okay? Regardless of how they felt, I feel like they could have waited to say that. They could have waited. You look insensitive and you look rude and you look dumb. It came across as y'all doing the most on TV. Y'all talking about Smiley doing the most? No, you guys were doing the most. It seemed like to me, it came across to me as if you guys were so thirsty to party, okay? So thirsty to have fun, so thirsty to party that you had no regard of your own roommate, okay? You guys were very insensitive, and I completely agree with Natalie in that moment. Because I don't know if y'all know, but Natalie was off to the side talking her ish a little bit. She's like, y'all, no, she's not. You know, she looked a little worried. She was like, that was, you know, she was just telling them that it's not the time to be saying insensitive stuff. Girl, the way I wanted to skip through this part and get to the real tea, baby, was itching at me real bad, okay? But I try my best to have a detailed review for you guys, especially for the subbies who don't watch the show. So, child, you know, we here. Because, girl, I wanted to I wanted to skip through this part so bad, girl. Anyways, so House B is continuing to be insensitive weirdos. Suki, please shut the hell up. Girl, please. Girl, shut up. Not you admitting that you wanted to beat up someone who just had a seizure. Not you only having a personality. Let's really clock it. Let's clock you real quick, baby. Not you only having a personality at someone else's demise, okay? Not you doing the most on the concrete. Not you being more thirsty to party than to check up on your own roommate who you were just kikiing with that morning. Suki, girl, I'm not going to play with you, girl. Like I said, child, that inner Malone is starting to shine, baby. I'm trying to tell you, girl. Okay, because this is the most personality I done seen out of you this entire season, child. But moving on. Automac, not you continuously saying Smiley is lying and seeking attention. Girl, we get it. I don't need you to say it again, okay? Y'all are so insensitive. They were so insensitive. They were so weird. I cannot, like, I'm telling you, these are not the type of girls that you want to associate yourself with, because like I said, these are the type of friends who they'll have fun with you, they'll go out with you, oh baby, they'll have a good time with you, but when ish really hits the fan, okay, they're nowhere to be found, okay? Like, they're just not. I feel like House B has showed their true colors too many times. And then it's like Biggie is the main one that is laughing like it's a joke. None of this is funny. I don't understand why she was laughing in this moment. I don't understand why she continues to talk down on Smiley as if she doesn't like Smiley. Girl, you have no reason to not like this girl. You only want to portray this image that you don't like her because, let's be real, you want to impress your house. You want to impress House B. But where the hell was House B when you know what? Never mind, child. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so at this point, Smiley is still... At this point, she's on the bus, okay? And she's still seizing and suffering, okay? One, the fact that this scene is still being dragged out this long is horrible, disgusting, and exploitation at its finest. And two, she was just now on her way to a hospital after like 25, 45, 35 minutes. Like, it's just crazy, baby. They child. Girl, so anyways, after she left to the hospital, Suki is popping her gums about how she is going to beat up Smiley, how Smiley faked it because she was scared to get beat up. Suki, you don't even make sense. So 1 minute she's faking for attention, the next minute she's faking because she knew that she was gonna get beat up once she got there. The only person that Smiley had beef with at that point was Mariah Lynn. Okay, like, girl, you make no sense. Like, who is Smiley going to be getting into it with? Like, come on, child. Like, you make absolutely no sense. Biggie was more likely to get into an altercation with somebody than Smiley, okay? Before Smiley. Like, you just make no sense. Like, girl, goodbye. Anyways, and she was also talking about how Smiley ruined her good time. Now she can't have a good time, quote unquote, right? But this is my thing, Suki, girl. And I would hate to call you picky choosy because we all know at this point how you give it up. But it really is giving picky choosy. Because, like I said, House A, okay? House A runs through y'all all the time and y'all don't do or say anything. They ruin every single good moment. Y'all don't do or say anything. They come to your house, ruin y'all good time when y'all had good vibes going on. Y'all don't do or say anything. E.T. ruins every good moment. Let's really get into it. Every good moment. Damn near. Y'all have fun. Y'all taking shots. Y'all drinking. Here come E.T. Here come Chow. Here come Scar Gums and Triple B. Rolly. Ruining a good moment. Chin. Ruining a good moment. You don't say nothing to nobody. But you have hella energy for Smiley. Your roommate. That don't make no sense. Again, somebody that you was just kikiing with that morning. House A been running through y'all this entire time. Every single good moment y'all had. And I'm going to repeat it again because I don't think y'all heard me, baby. I don't think y'all heard me. Every single good moment or good moment that was about to happen or good moment that was happening, House A has came through y'all and girl. And y'all don't say nothing. Y'all kiki about it. Every single time. When they came into your house, when y'all was kumbaya outside singing tunes and stuff like that, child going in a circle playing games, singing tunes, what happened? House A came to y'all house and evicted 2 of y'all roommates. And y'all ain't do nothing. Y'all are, girl, bye. I'm not finna play with her. Like, the picky choosy is so crazy. Now you mad about somebody ruining it? Girl, bye. I'm not finna play with you, girl. I'm not. Girl, boo. House A been ruining y'all fun since the beginning of the season and y'all don't do nothing about it, child. Girl, boo, bye. Anyways, next scene, Natalie is finally giving EP. And the first time in like ever, okay? She reminds the girls that this situation is serious and she is not here for the insensitive comments, regardless of how they feel about Smiley. And I was here for it. Let them know, Natalie, girl, okay? Even though, later in the episode, child, she was the most insensitive one, but we'll get to that. Natalie asks the girls what happened, instigating, being low-key messy. Animax says that Smiley took 2 shots. Sky is sticking to 4 shots, yet we saw a red cup full of liquor and Biggie pouring some down Smiley's throat. Like, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, they're all liars at this point. Like, all of them. I can't stand any of them. I'm not gonna lie. Throw this entire cast away. In the confessionals, Camila is being a confessional gangster again. Saying how she had compassion, but in the same breath, saying that she don't see why she should care about Smiley's health. You just said that you don't give a about Smiley's health, but then you turn around and say how you got compassion for her. And girl, I'm not finna play with you, Camila. You just old and wishy-washy. I keep telling you that. You old and wishy-washy. Child, so we get Smiley at the hospital. Okay, we get Smiley at the hospital and Smiley has no memory of what happened. But then she is at the hospital, okay? A child. And, I'm starting to wonder whether she's full of shit or not at this point. Okay, I still believe her, but I'm starting to wonder a little bit though. She claims that she has a history of having seizures. She has a history of seizures and shouldn't be drinking. And yet, as a grown-ass woman, she admitted to taking 7 shots anyway. If this is true, Smiley does not give a shit about her health. Zeus does not give a shit to take note of the cast members' medical history before feeding them alcohol. So I'm starting to wonder at this point, because clearly she didn't fake the seizure. I don't care what nobody say. You cannot convince me that Smiley faked the seizure, okay? Her pupils were unresponsive. You cannot fake that. She was throwing up on herself. You cannot fake that. It's certain things that you cannot fake when it comes to, certain symptoms, right? So my thing is this. I'm starting to think that she triggered it on purpose. Okay? I'm starting to think that. I still don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, because again, she's literally telling the doctor is telling her that she had multiple seizures, and nobody else is talking about that too. The doctor told her to her face, baby, you had multiple seizures. You need to lay back. Okay. Yeah. No, nobody wants to talk about that. Y'all don't want to talk about that though, child. Anyways. So yeah, like, it's like, girl, if you know that she at this point, she knew what triggered her seizures. Child, I don't feel like more of the story, I don't feel like the seizure was fake, but I do feel like she did something on purpose to trigger it so she could have it, if that's even possible. I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Anyways, I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Anyways, Suki, Hana, and Bobby are here, okay? Natalie is telling them what happened, being Miss Messy Boots as usual. They are clearly worried without a thought of her faking, like true compassionate people should. So Natalie takes it upon herself to, be Natalie, okay? And her 39-year-old ass girl, she cannot help but to be messy and a crisis child. She tells Suki, okay, well, good thing you're being compassionate because her house isn't. Like, girl, you're messy. Like, cause what was that for you to even say? Anyways, so they split up. House A, House B splits up, of course, and they start having fun and shopping for souvenirs. So I start to notice something a little early on in the episode. E.T. is a hater, okay? So y'all go back to the episode, right? And I don't want to call her a hater because she technically did say that her leg was hurting. So she was looking mean. But Suki tried on that little short thing or whatever by that seller. And E.T. was looking at her mean, girl. I'm like, girl, like she was already looking mean and pissed before, like everybody else put what happened to Smiley kind of beside them. You know what I'm saying? And decided to just have fun for that moment. Girl, E.T. is looking... Girl, she looking mean, child. So I'm like, I called her a hater at first, but I remember that she said that her leg was hurting, I guess, child. Anyways, so House A and Suki meets with Rolly. Rolly explains that she wasn't getting irritated. Oh, sorry, that she was getting irritated and angry to the point where she felt the need to go. Rolly, I'm finna clock your tea. No, girl, no. Stop trying to make it about you. Girl, you left. Okay, because your big ass can't stand on your 2 feet for too long, okay, without hurting, okay? Child, I'm not gonna play with you, girl. That's really why you left. Just say that. Just say that because when they ran into you again, you were sitting down chilling. Just say, I cannot stand. Girl, we understand, girl. You is the bitter big bat, the triple B, girl. You can't stand up for too long. I understand. I get it, girl. Let's really get into it. That's why you left, child. You can't convince me otherwise. You really cannot convince me otherwise, child. We know you got the crooked legs and the 2 left feet, child. That's why you left, girl. You're not slick. You're not slick. You're not fooling me, child. Anyways, so they meet up with Rolly, okay? House A and Suki meets with Rolly. Rolly is explaining that she was getting irritated and angry to the point where she felt the need to go. Then reveals that her dad passed away from seizures and she could tell Smiley was faking. Sapphire gave Rolly her props. Sapphire. Saffron. That's what we're going to call you. Saffron. I'm going to need you to really shut your mouth, okay? Because when I tell you, every single chance that you get, you are meat munching Rolly. You meat munch Rolly more than you meat munch your own best friend. Girl, I'm not going to play with you, girl, okay? Every single time Rolly says something out her mouth, what are you doing? Girl, you're meat munching. I'm not going to play with you. Sapphire. Girl. Saffron. What are you saying? Anyways, Rolly continues to express her feelings and Suki gives her advice and words of encouragement. Now it's time for dinner at this point and Rolly looks drained. I noticed that. They arrive at the restaurant called Lobster Days. While doing so, they get an update on Smiley. House B also shows up at the restaurant shortly after. They are all happy, literally the calm before the storm, baby. They was laughing, smiling, dancing, and then, girl, like I said, here comes the storm. So a black screen flashes across the screen, right? And it says, baby, I just think that we're so dumb, child. Anyways, it states that Natalie and Scotty started to get into it about how the food was being served. Okay. Now, the story that they tried to put out is that Scotty got her food first. I'm sorry, let me try to say this without laughing. Scotty got her food first. She ate her food, girl. She ate her food fast. And then when they brought out another plate, she just said, "Oh, that's mine," and started. Oh, girl, this story don't even make sense. I don't believe this, girl. During the actual argument, nobody said anything about food. So let me tell you about this argument. This argument was so, like, all over the place because you could tell that they were arguing about something else, but they were trying so hard to not mention what they were really arguing about. So it was, like, all over the place. Like, if you're arguing, child, girl, I'm jumping ahead. Anyways, girl, y'all didn't say anything about food that entire argument until the very end, okay? And there was no food on the table. Let's really get into it. There was no food on the table. Go back. No plates. No nothing, child. Baby, I don't even think their silverware was open up out the little thing, child. Girl, I'm not going to play with you. Like, who was y'all trying to fool? Who was y'all trying to fool? Baby, they spoke about running game. They spoke about exchanging text messages. They spoke about being entitled, being delusional, running their mouths. Nothing about food. Another fake storyline, okay? That is covered up. That it's something fake that's covering something else. That's trying to disguise as something else. Girl, y'all is not slick. Natalie is acting like she's been sniffing something a little strange. Natalie, you cannot convince me that you're not sniffing something a little strange, baby. You're definitely sniffing something a little strange, baby. Like from the veins popping out your neck to your eyes popping out your head, baby. I'm telling you, girl, you was completely irate, erratic, immature, and a bad friend. That's really what it is. And Natalie keeps telling them to basically line them up. Okay, she got an issue with Scotty and Smiley. Line them up. She keeps saying that. She ends up going around the table to approach Scotty. She ends up going around the table to approach Scotty. And Scotty sat there and watches her walk up on you. Girl, you better swing. You sat there and you watched her walk up on you. Girl. Natalie, I'm telling you, Scotty is better than me because I guarantee you, the first time you would have walked around the table, I'm cracking you. I don't care. I'm cracking you. Scotty sat there and watched Natalie walk around the table to get to her. Natalie is in her face at this point, like full-fledged in her face, baby. Okay? Girl, like no respect, no boundaries, no nothing. Natalie is not going to do this with anybody else. Like I said, and I will continue to say because it's the perfect example. Krishan cracked you in your face on Baddies West. You did nothing. You still haven't gotten your lip back till this day. Like you cannot tell me that Natalie is not picky choosy. Like she would not do this to nobody else unless they are weaker than her. She would have never done this to Suki. Girl, you sat behind that counter when it came to Suki, though. Suki was calling you all out your name. Why you mad that Scotty was doing it? But when girl, it had me hot because one thing I cannot stand, although I feel like Scotty is a punk for sure. Like, let's really be clear. Scotty is a punk. And this is why a certain level of respect will never be there when it comes to Scotty and the fans, or just the way people perceive Scotty in general. It would never be a certain level of respect because she don't even respect herself. Let's really keep it for real. But it still doesn't make it any less sad. It really doesn't. Because you only get into it with people, you only step up to people like that when they're weaker than you, when they're vulnerable, when you know that they're not going to take it there with you or that they really don't want to take it there with you. Natalie, girl, I cannot. That girl is picky choosy. Scotty, you are a punk. You are a punk. There's no way that this girl came across the table, came up to you, is continuously screaming at you, yelling in your face, and you aren't doing anything. You are acting, girl, you are asking to be attacked, okay? Girl, you might as well just go do it first. You might as well. Even if you don't win, like, just defend yourself. Oh, my gosh. Girl, Natalie is just doing Scotty any kind of way, girl. Scotty ended up on the table. Scotty got a mark on her. Girl, it was a lot to take in. It was sad. Like I said, although I feel like Scotty is a punk, it doesn't make the situation any less sad because you can truly tell that she does not want to do this. But it's like, girl, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, okay? You got to do what you got to do, okay? You know what I'm saying? Girl, I cannot believe Scotty let her do that to her again. Child. Anyways, so girl, at this point, they are separated, and again, no one is talking about food. Natalie is calling her a liar and delusional. What does that have to, how does that tie in with food, okay? Like, I still cannot believe that they sold us that BS storyline. Scotty tells her that she is doing it for the cameras. Natalie is like, I've been on camera for 15 years, as if that means anything, because everything that Natalie does is for the camera and for the clout, baby. Let's really keep it clear, okay? They are still going back and forth, and then the camera pans to Scotty. Scotty literally has a girl. Y'all know Scotty is real light, baby, so you can see everything, and that's all I'm gonna say. Natalie done marked her up again. This is not over food. This is not over the food. This is something a little deeper, okay? So let's really get into it. So clearly this is not about food, okay? We're not dumb. We're not. Child, like I said, I don't know who, but it's not about food, okay? So word on the street is that allegedly, Scotty confided in Stunner Girl about, CEO Lemmy giving her the clap, okay? He allegedly got it from Razor. So, baby, from Razor to Lemmy to Scotty, she ended up with the clap, and she told Stunner Girl. She confided in Stunner Girl. So, Jamaica was around the time that Stunner Girl actually started to really get into it with Zeus and started to, blast them all online, child. Started putting their business all out there. And yeah, and baby, once she put out that he be giving the girls the clap and stuff like that, girl, apparently this is why her and Natalie got into it. So girl, not only did Anna Mac confirm this, okay, she was basically saying that Scotty was walking around the Jamaica trip crying about what Stunner did. You know what I'm saying? But she also said that Scotty was also talking ish about House A. And it got back. So it was a mixture of things that led up to that point, which clearly why Natalie was so upset. So Natalie is continuing to talk down on Scotty in her face, and Scotty isn't doing anything, okay? And one thing that I caught her say is y'all 20-year-olds are dumb. Y'all 20-year-olds are so delusional. Natalie, first of all, don't do us. Don't do us, because, baby, you are at the ripe age of 39 and you still act like that, if not worse. Baby, you act like you're still in your 20s. You act like you still want to live out your 20s, baby. Let's really get into it. You still act like you're 20. You still act like you're in your 20s. I don't want to hear nothing about you trying to downplay 20-year-olds or people in their 20s, baby, because we ain't do nothing to you. Okay, because baby, you still act like this. Baby, you still act like us, if not worse. Okay, let's really get into that. All right, so Anna Mac made a good point in her confessional. Okay, although I don't agree with Anna too much, and I feel like she is definitely a confessional gangster, baby, she did make a good point. Girl, I'm not gonna lie, Anna Mac, you did, child. Okay, so she basically said that Scotty was real quick to run up on Anna Mac over something little, right? Literally over something little, over a sentence. You were so quick to get up, try to impress the fans, try to impress Lemmy, try to impress Natalie, and secure a spot on another season to prove that you're not a punk, okay? So you ran up on Anna Mac over something so small that happened prior to even filming, okay? But Natalie is doing the most with you right now, and you're not even Scotty. Like, girl, you so picky choosy, child. Girl, you're so picky choosy. Girl, if you're going to play tough, you need to play tough with everybody. Okay? Don't act... Girl, I cannot. Anyways, so Natalie's continuing on. Every day, you do some weird ish. You're delusional. Yeah, this, Yeah, this is definitely over food. Anyways, so Suki checks Mariah Lynn about being in their business. I understood where Suki is coming from, because at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with you. If these are two friends that are getting into it, you need to stay out of it. And girl, my thing is, Mariah Lynn, baby, you can barely handle your own business. You needed two replacements to come in the house and help you handle your own business. You should not be in the middle of nobody else's, baby. Okay? You can barely defend yourself. Okay? Mariah Lynn, baby, baby, just sit this one out, child. You don't need to be saying anything when it pertains to anybody else getting into it. Anyways, so Natalie looks at Scotty and tells her, we are not done yet. And that she wants Smiley. Me personally, somebody can't look me in my face and tell me that we're not done yet. Who are you? You're not my mother. You're not my mother, baby. Anyways, so Smiley walks in, isn't immediately getting it from multiple people. Natalie confronts her. Tasiki's in her face. Automac is getting the video ready to show her, baby, a bunch of, girl, just a whole bunch of, girl, it was a lot. So basically, House A and House B at this point clearly joined forces to team up against this one girl. They're telling her to go home, screaming in her face, doing the most, okay? So Tasiki told her to go home. She walks out. Natalie is screaming, no, no, no. You want her to stay there to be bullied, degraded, and called a liar by you and everyone else, okay? That's really why you wanted her to stay. So if Smiley got you so mad to this point, and she's trying to leave to avoid, and you telling her to stay, and literally blocking her from leaving, screaming in her face, this is weird. It's weird. Just let her go. If she's making y'all that mad and y'all feel this strongly about her, y'all just let her go, be about her way so y'all can continue your dinner. But you guys want her to stay there and be emotionally played with, okay? Verbally and emotionally and mentally played with. That's what y'all wanted to do. E.T. proceeds to try to make herself so relevant, okay, to the point where she pours water on Smiley. Scar gums. Scar gums. Scar gums. You had no reason to do that, baby. You had no reason to do that. Girl, ain't your leg hurting? Like, what? You need to go sit down. Like what was the point? Like Smiley was already getting it from multiple people. What was the point of you doing that? What was the point? Girl, what? So, baby, that was the last straw for Smiley. Smiley walked out. She was sitting on the stairs, and, you know, that was the end. She went home. That was her farewell. It was sad. And I don't really have much else to say about it. I don't like the way that they did her. I don't like the way that she left. I just don't like it. So now, baby, Suki's mad now. Okay. So she starts to call out Natalie, and she is saying how she really doesn't F with them like that due to all of the bullying, and Natalie is getting called out, but she does not have that same energy that she just had for Scotty and Smiley when Suki is actually calling her out to her face, telling her that she don't mess with her and that she's weird and that she's a bully. Oh, okay, Natalie. Yeah. And Natalie, girl, you keep talking about how you, and let me just say this, and this really don't got nothing to do with Suki, but Natalie, you keep, like, every single time that you get into it with somebody, the first thing you say is, y'all not finna keep trying me on my show. Y'all not finna keep playing with me on my show. Natalie, everyone plays with you on your show. Yeah. Krishan and Tasiki punked you at the beginning of the season. You still haven't done anything about it. The very next day, you tried to be Tasiki's friend. Okay. Tasiki was literally up on stage singing a diss song about you, and you were up on stage with her looking like a clown, singing the song along with her. Girl, I'm not going to play with you. Okay. Like I said, Krishan cracked you last season. What did you do? What did you do? Rolly cracked you on Baddies South. What did you do? Ran you out your own reunion. What did you do? Oh, okay. Yeah, but nobody's... oh, okay. Yeah. Anyways, so, girl, Suki turns to Sapphire. Girl, Saffron. That's her name. She turns to Saffron, and she's like, I don't do this bully stuff. I don't... I don't play that. Girl, Sapphire is on Natalie's side. Sapphire's on Natalie's side. She with Natalie, girl. She talking about how Smiley faked it. Yeah, she faked it. Yeah. As if Smiley deserves the treatment that she's getting. She's not. So from the beginning of this altercation, she was never on Suki Hana's side. Let's really be clear, okay? Automac, you're a confessional gangster, okay? Talking about how you're tired of Suki trying to chime in when it comes to certain situations, and that she is tired of Suki trying to play Captain Save a Hoe, and she's trying to be slick saying, we know that you're the captain of the hoes, but stop trying to play Captain Save a Hoe, baby. And I ain't gonna lie, Automac, girl, you kind of ate with that girl. You ate with that girl, but you know, you're a confessional girl. You would never say it to her. That's the issue. That's the issue. How you mad because she's stepping up for somebody? Huh? How you mad because she doing what House B supposed to do? Oh, okay. Yeah, you don't want to talk about that though, child. Anyways, Suki continues to get in Natalie's face, and she ends up checking E.T. E.T. has no remorse, child. E.T. is standing on all 10. Girl, she's standing on all 10, baby. She don't got no remorse for what she did, and baby, she is clapping back at Suki with the same energy. Now, Suki starts talking more crazy, and ET is telling her, baby, you don't want it. You don't want it. Now, me personally, if I was Suki, we would have got down. Like, right then, you're not gonna, because what don't I want? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Anyways, so she gets more riled up, and Rolly ends up standing up on her, as if Suki is supposed to back down and be scared. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. Okay. Girl, the way Triple B, Rolly, big bat baby, the way she stood up for ET is the way that Sapphire should have stood up for Suki. And Rolly, you so quick to stand up for ET, but wasn't Slim getting okay? Wasn't Slim getting mopped and tossed all across the reunion stage on Baddies? On Baddies South by Krishan? You didn't do anything, girl. Not really picking and choosing when she want to be a good friend, child. Anyways, so let's go ahead and move on. Girl, okay, so like I said, the way Rolly stood up for ET is the way that Sapphire should have stood up for Suki. I'm sorry, Saffrod. She let Suki argue with multiple girls by herself. Suki argued with Natalie by herself. It was really Suki against the girls, okay? Because nobody stood up for Suki. Suki was by herself. She argued with ET, she argued with Rolly, and she argued with Natalie. Saffrod, you should have been jumped in. You should have been chimed in. Because at that point, although you just met these girls, and yes, you do like them, Suki is the only reason why you're on the show. Your entire personality is Suki Hana. Your entire personality is being Suki Hana's friend. That's really what it is. Like, that's all you have to offer. That's all you talk about. That's your entire personality. So I just don't understand when Suki gets into it, when it's really hit the fan. Why aren't you riding for her, girl? You are phony, girl. Anyways, so yeah, girl, Suki and Rolly are getting into it at this point. Girl, it gets bad, child. They start talking about the clap. And, Suki said that Rolly got the clap. Rolly said, she didn't deny it, girl. Rolly, I kind of looked at you a little sideways, child, Girl, let me find out, girl. Anyways, so they're arguing, and, you know what it turns into, child. Me personally, I feel like, Suki definitely lost. Okay, she got lost in Rolly's roles, for sure. She got lost in Rolly's roles. I'm like, damn, where's Suki? Suki was here one minute. The next minute, Rolly ran up and Suki was gone. She got lost in the roles. I keep trying to tell y'all. Y'all better learn how to defend yourself against this, baby, against this big back monster, baby. Anyways, but no, I'm just playing. Either way, though, Suki stood on all 10. She stood on values and her morals and what she felt like was right. And she stood on it without the help of her so-called friend. You know what I'm saying? Without the help of her so-called friend. She still stood on all 10. Sapphire, you are fake, girl. You are, because you should have been chimed in. You should have been chimed in. The moment that Rolly stood up on Suki is when you should have chimed in. Yeah, you should have. You should have. You're weird. And the fact that you just sat there and let it happen is crazy. I don't know what type of friend you is, baby. Okay? I don't know, but y'all are not friends like that. Y'all are not friends the way that y'all portray, because you aren't the friend to her that you portray, because baby, she jumped in your fight with Smiley, and you was only getting into it with Smiley. And she tried to jump in for you and help you. You know what I'm saying? But she's sitting here getting into it with multiple girls, and you couldn't even help her, girl. I'm telling you, who needs enemies when you got a friend like Sapphire, baby? Girl, Sapphire, you are fake. Girl, I could really just continue to call you fake, but I really don't know what else to say. Like, girl, you